My name is Jack Lambert, and this is my submission for project poem number 6, Moving to Mars. Do you know why Mars is so intriguing? I can tell you it's not because it is named after a candy bar invented in 1932 or because it was the subject for a fictional sci-fi movie, Martian. Mars is intriguing for the reason that I think that it is an extraterrestrial planet. Now, I say that because NASA's robots have made countless visits to that planet, have collected countless images and priceless information about the planet, and yet that planet still remains a mystery in terms of life and what forms of matter inhabit the red planet. There's another planet somewhat like Mars that took a long time to get to and holds just as much of interesting information that we don't know about. Now that planet is the Moon. So let's get down to it. Mars and the Moon share characteristics that make both planets similar in some aspects, and both have differences that help astronomers, scientists, and philosophers connect the dots to the universe's greatest mysteries. So exactly what are these similarities and differences? For one thing, the Moon is a moon, so its role is to aid Earth by creating tides, which have guided humans for thousands of years, help moderate the Earth's wobble on the axis, leading to a stable climate. And to point out the obvious, I can see the Moon from my kitchen. Unlike the Moon, Mars has 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos. So what are their roles? How do they help Mars? Well, besides having an average orbital speed of 2.138 kilometers a second, a rotation period of 8 hours, and a radius of 11 kilometers or 7 miles, Phobos doesn't really serve a purpose, except rotating around Mars. Now, Deimos, on the other hand, might actually have a purpose, since Deimos is very likely to have a combination of water and ice. And those elements only exist, as far as we know, on Earth. And if that are to be true, that Deimos has water and ice on it, it is worth $100 billion. Since, it is the only other planet that is likely to have water and ice. Now, some other key differences between these 2 planets is that the Moon has the lunar highlands and the lunar mare, while Mars does not. But Mars does contain several impact craters and what seems to be a giant crevice on the west hemisphere called the Valles Marineris, resulting from a tectonic shift or crack. So what might make these 2 planets similar? What characteristics or defining features might help these 2 planets share some similarities? The Moon and Mars both have impact craters that are suspected to be created by magma and/or volcanic events. Both planets can reach to cold, deadly temperatures. Now, the Moon can reach as low as 245 degrees Celsius, and Mars can reach as low as negative 100 degrees Celsius. And lastly, both Mars and the Moon have a low gravity rate, which means if you were to drop an apple in both planets, the apple would most likely float or gently glide to the ground. Mars's gravity rate is 3.62 meters per second squared, and the Moon's gravity rate is 1.82 meters per second squared. But case in point, both planets are intriguing in their own ways, and there's still lots to be learned from both planets. Thank you.